We are Supremely Black. We are Flake, Rose, and Spears. And this week we have a special guest on the episode with us, Miss CharRey. How was your week this week?
My week was excellent. Just the normal. Getting some things together, working, taking care of the family. Just my normal thing. That's all. Nothing spectacular, but I keep it moving though, in the right direction, of course.
That's what's up. That's what's up. How about y'all, fellas?
What else, you big kinfolk, J.Flake, man? I done had a good week for sure. I can't even complain, to be honest with you. Still packing and moving, getting ready for this move. I did get some good news yesterday. I'm getting my first full weekend hosting gig in Zanies for Valentine's Day weekend. So that was big for me, man. That just happened out the blue. I did a show for them this past Saturday. And then I got hit up this week and say, hey, what you doing Valentine's Day weekend? We need you to come back. You did so good Saturday, you come back and host the entire weekend for Valentine's Day. So that was big on my list for this week. So we're going to keep this comedy thing going.
That's what's up. Congratulations, my brother. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, congrats on that. My week been pretty cool, man. No complaints. Just running. We just kicked off running season tonight. So prepping for this marathon in May in Dallas. Got a little 5K in Dallas too. I forgot all about that one in February, but everything been cool. Everybody straight, so I can't complain. What about you, Spear?
The week been good for me. Kicked off like Rose said, kicked off the marathon training Saturday. And so I PR'd in my 5K, did good on that. Also won because it was a team little relay. So my team won out here in Dallas or whatnot. Left Theo ass in the dust because he was talking shit earlier. So I had to leave his ass, show him a little something. But I felt good. And I'm just ready to apply pressure all 2021. Our nonprofit, me and Rose nonprofit, getting set up and getting structured, and we got our first community event coming up in February out here in Dallas when Rose touched down for the run group and whatnot. So that's going too. So everything's just moving. I'm being more intentional this year. And again, last year I started with the journaling and stuff, and doing things like that to get my mind right, to get my mental right. But this year I'm just doing more intentional. So I wrote out my short-term, long-term goals. I wrote out goals that I just wanted to accomplish, period, and gave some little timestamps with them and everything. So then therefore it's just not a goal that I can move to the next year or move on to the next year after that or whatnot. I actually put timestamps with it so I can have a completion date set by to make me achieve it even more. So just being more intentional this year. And that's about it for me. Everything else is good.
Okay, that's what's up.
I see y'all boys getting ready for when the next marathon. Y'all boys getting ready for another one?
I want to say May 2nd.
I do. So May 2nd.
Oh, May 2nd?
I got plenty of time. Y'all got plenty of time to get right.
Oh, yeah. Hey, after we did 2 last year, it ain't nothing now. It's just getting it over with, really. That's it.
Yeah.
We was talking about a full now. That's a different story. That's the next level. Yeah, but.
How long is a full one?
26.2 miles, brother.
How much?
Oh, yeah.
26.2 miles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Call that a Harriet Tubman, dog. Y'all running that Harriet Tubman. Y'all running for freedom in that joint.
Shoot.
Yeah. It's a cool 4-5 hours of running straight. Depending on what your time is.
Oh, yeah.
So, we're just gonna jump right into it. I think this one gonna be interesting to say the least. Deep. It's gonna be a little bit of everything said, most likely, depending on where you come from and how you feel, and just how you feel about your personal self and what you bring to the table. So we're gonna call this episode Hotels. Just straight off the album. So specifically, we're gonna talk about Amanda's Tale from the album, the interlude. If you don't know about Hotels, it's Jazmine Sullivan's newest EP that she dropped. And on one of the interludes, it's a lady talking about how society has made her feel less than when being compared to other women, from Instagram just to walking by another woman every day and everything. And sometimes how she doesn't feel to her best aesthetically, but she knows that in between her legs, she got something. And so we was asked by a couple of our listeners and supporters to talk about this and to think about, what that message is telling the youth, the kids. How do you talk to your children about that? And then also, most importantly, are people really thinking like they got superpowers in between their legs? And is that what their worth has come down to? So I will let y'all elaborate on it however y'all want to, or actually talk about what part, if any part in that song or interlude touched you or you could relate to or you disagree with wholeheartedly. So we'll start with you, our guest, CharRey, and let you go ahead and pop this off, and then we'll get the conversation rolling.
Okay, I appreciate that. Again, thank you for having me tonight. I felt special that somebody wanted me on something. But you know, I when I listened to that, how she's speaking, I was always taught that, I'm special. Everyone is special in their own little way. So because a person has something or look a certain way, it's the outside. I always felt like I was just as important or look just as good as the next person, because we all look different features. We all got different things to bring to the table. It all depends on what the other person is looking for. But I do understand what she says she uses what she has between her legs. Sometimes you feel like that's all she has. But I just look at it, she using what she got. Basically, I don't know, to get what she want. I have no idea. But because it sounds to me, and I don't want to jump to conclusions, because I really didn't, brainstorm it before getting on here. But I don't know. To me, it sounds like it's deeper issues with that. Why somebody would feel like that. I feel like it's something deep in her past that she feels like that's all she has. Like molestation or something. I don't know. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I'm just trying to like dig deep on why a person would say that or feel like that.
No, I don't think that's jump to conclusions. I think that's something that I didn't even think about that possibly could be a reason that somebody would think that way, Because when you dig deep into it and you get the feeling of somebody's background, they could be one of the reasons. Because when I heard this, I thought it was more of you don't have confidence in yourself and being the person that you are within yourself. It seemed like she might not be as happy with herself as she might, come off to be. I ain't gonna say I didn't disagree. Of course, I'm not a woman, so I can't say I disagree wholeheartedly with what she said. But it just made me think, as a man point of view, that yes, we do love that. Yes, we do enjoy that. However, when you decide to cross that line with a woman and be married, that is great to have, but at the end of the day, that's not all what we're looking for, you know. So, I mean, it's plenty of things that men look for besides that. I think we'll also get women in this type of situation in social media. Because if you look at it, the women, because she even mentioned the song, she said, I ain't got what these Instagram models got. And it'd be some no-name Instagram model got 1 million followers. But my question about that is, how many boyfriends? I mean, does she even have a boyfriend? Is it even dude trying to pursue her to be in a relationship outside of just trying to smack them cheeks? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's my initial thought when we go a little bit deeper.
I understand that.
Now, Flake, I do have one thing to ask you. Put it in a man's perspective as well. So don't just try to, I guess, put yourself in a woman's mind. Put it as if a man said this. Do you feel like your thing is a superpower? Do you feel like sometimes that in your past, because I know you married or whatever, but do you feel like that was something that you used to your benefit to, oh, like, I might have got curved, but now that she got me, she gonna feel this, and I'm gonna make a show what she was missing. Like, has that ever happened, or how do you feel about that? Like, so let's also
Hey,
try to put ourselves in her
no
shoes.
cap, no cap. I know at least 2 women that I was like, oh yeah, you gave me that curve, and when she finally dove in, I was like, yeah, you about to get. I'm about to show out tonight, dog. I'm about to jump off the chandelier. I'm about to do all type of things to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yes, sir. You about to get that heat man. You know what I'm talking about? So me myself, I never thought like that. Like all I got is that, or is that my superpower? Me myself, my superpower is my personality and being able to make folks laugh, be able to make women laugh. Once you start making them laugh and break down that barrier, then I can kind of just reel them in from there. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I never thought about that. I might be a little different, but it also men out there that do feel like I need a six. No, well, men is a little different. I need to act like I got bread, as we seen men do that. I got to make it look like I got X amount of money to get certain women. And I think that's the male version of what she was talking about in the interlude, where she's saying her pussy the power. I know dudes that feel like they chains is the power, that these designer shoes they got is the power. My car sitting on 24s is the power, you know. So we've seen that. Putting in the
But
man shoes, that's what it'll be.
it'll be the power for the people that it attracts.
Exactly.
That's what it'd be the power for, because you ain't pressing me with no 24-inch rims and none of
I mean,
that.
that's true.
Yeah. So it won't work for me.
Yeah, in this situation, some men is gonna track that fake booty.
Right.
They're gonna track that fake booty. They're gonna track that fat suction you got done, and your waist is super snatched, and your booty is you got a 40-inch booty with a 10-inch waist. Some dude at a track, some dude. And then
Mm-hmm.
you got some dudes is like, I like mine natural. You know what I'm saying? I like more of that natural look. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I'm more of a natural look man myself, but I mean,
Exactly.
yes, never mind. Next.
Yeah, just to kind of sum it up, like from when I had heard it or listened to it, I just think that from my perspective is what a lot of women, girls look at. I think it's just the downfalls of having social media, because they begin to compare their beauties to people that have went, like Flake said, went and got surgery done and lips, just a lot of different things that they weren't naturally made that way. And now they have this, I call it like a competitive look, because if you look at all of them, they all look the exact same. Only thing that's different is probably about the skin complexion. From the nose down to their feet, is everything the same. So it's just one of the downsides to where it's unfortunate that women would feel that they have to look like something that you would double tap on the app instead of looking inside of themselves to realize that, that's where the true beauty is. Because I mean, honestly, unless you're in a certain class, most dudes know for a fact, all they really want to do is just smash the chick that look that good. They know that she's going to be accessible to everybody. So it's not that much of a catch, honestly.
Right.
Let me say that it's just not that much of a catch. But from a guy's perspective, that's true. Dudes love to flodge. They love to shoot the homeboy that got all the money. They love to tell lies to the females, talking about they the one that got the bottles. It's just, it goes round and round. But like I always say, people will either wear or tell you their insecurities. And that's just what it was on that. And she's being honest, because most girls look at Instagram and drink the tea and wear the vest and the waist trainers just to look like somebody else. But they looking at Instagram all day and they ain't went to the gym yet. So, and dudes want all the bread, but still comfortable having their homeboy to get in the passenger seat. So, get out there and make it happen. So that's where it's at with that. And I've never felt like my man's was my power when I knew who I was. The time I felt like that was like 20s and below, when I really didn't have no bread, sleeping on my uncle floor, air mattress or something. That's probably why I felt like that, because I didn't have anything else that was going to attract even myself to make myself happy or love myself. So probably 20 and below, you couldn't tell me nothing, because if I got you, then that was that. But now, nah, bro. I ain't studying that. Like, you ain't got to chase it when it just come to you.
As you get older, you get more mature.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to anyway. Everybody does. And then you start to look at different things. What it worked in the past, it's not going to work now. You know, me, just speaking from my point of view, if I wanted to go get something, I'll go get it. I'm not going to say it didn't matter who, but if that person wasn't available, then I'll call the next person. I'm just keeping it real. But now it's like I could go months and I ain't gonna say years, but months, you know what I'm saying? And I just wait for the right one, you know what I'm saying? So as you get older, it's not about that, you know. It's not about that. Just switch between the legs, you know.
So as for me, just listening to what the young lady said, I don't know if her name is really Amanda or if that was a cover or whatnot, but listening to what the young lady said, I would say I could understand where she's coming from, because to all of y'all's point, she is what it seems to be a natural woman who is under the scrutiny or the pressure of the challenges of getting the attention of males or men or little boys, because again, all grown people aren't man. So and she feels that pressure. And I can understand feeling that pressure when, as to Rose's point, society has deemed certain aesthetics, certain body types, certain things as what that is. And then also when we're getting appropriated by other cultures and they're taking our full lips and getting Botox injections and they're doing surgeries themselves or whatnot. So I can understand the pressure that she might feel that she's under. And then I can also see how, you know, she could think she got some good. And I mean, I don't know if she do, if she don't, but she could feel she got some good. And so she know that if she get with somebody and she might not have the what's the typical size, like 30, 20, 40 or something like that, whatever, you know, the little measurements they say from the chest, the waist to the ass or whatnot. She might not have that, but she got that pussy power, so to speak, that's gonna keep a man, you know, locked down and keep him and happy. And so he gonna be like, good type shit. So I can understand that. So I can't say that she's wrong and I can't say that she's right. But what I will say is that we have to appreciate ourselves more. And it goes back to self-love and loving ourselves. So we got to appreciate ourselves more. And she just has to find a king who's going to tell her, you're beautiful the way that you are. And I love you for what you bring to the table.
Exactly.
Versus what society is telling you you should bring to the table. And so that's what I got to say as far as that point on that topic. Does anybody have anything to add before I ask my next question?
Yeah, one last thing before we go into like the next topic. I just want me a woman that's gonna make me say, good like that. That's all I want, man.
Hey, I was weak over here.
That's
good.
Good. Millions of dollars.
I'm gonna sit there.
Take your time. Take your time. Just take your time. That's what I'm doing. I'm just taking my time, you know. And like he said, you know, I'm just taking this time out to love on myself. I ain't just come out of a relationship for 7.5 years, but it's been about 3 years. since I've been out. And I just been taking the time, you know, and sitting back and being patient, you know. Before it's just I'm jumping, you know. I jumped in with my son father. First day we ain't never part, 7.5 years. So this time I'm just going to take my time, you know. And I even had some males come at me who's in relationships, but they act like they're not, right? Instead of jumping, wait, sit back in the cut. Next week, they posting pictures of they boo on Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm just you know, just sit back, relax, just taking it slow, just hoping that person, you know, pop up somewhere. There's no rush though, you know, no rush. And you know, just thinking that that's gonna hold, and you know, what's between my legs gonna hold somebody, it definitely doesn't. Definitely, no matter how good you do it, because they're gonna be with who they want to be with, you know, at the end of the day.
I had a question for you, Char. And one part of this, she said, in one way, if it's empowering. So when you know you have put it on somebody and in that type of way, do you feel like did that pussy give you that empowerment to be like, yeah, you know, you get a little dance once he leave, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he coming back for
Well,
sure.
over is empowering. I don't know. I don't know what to call it, but I do understand that. But maybe at one point in my life, you know, I was like, yeah, you know, and but now it's, you know, I don't know. So I hate to say it, but you know, get out of line, you know, something like that. I do, you know what I mean? But I haven't really fully given myself to anyone.
Right.
You know, I still hold back a piece of me that I have not given to anyone. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this person is the one, and I don't even know how to even figure that out. To be honest with you, because 7.5 years, you figured out what it. I let everything loose, but no, I saved. I still have it saved up for a rainy day, I guess.
So you was with a man for 7.5 years and you still have one part of your guard still up?
Yeah, yeah. That's why
Oh
I'm not.
wow.
That's why I'm not hurt. You know, as bad as I can be. You know,
Oh wow.
I didn't cry or anything. You know, I guess I was already out before I was out. Maybe I
Yeah.
already mentally checked out. Maybe. You know, but I basically only got my heart broken twice in my life, to where I cried, to where you know what I'm saying? I don't know what that was about, but yeah. So I guess I've been hurt like that. So it's like, oh no, I ain't doing that no more. You know, not
Well,
doing that no more.
they normally say women if they leave a man, she usually already done checked out anywhere
Yeah,
from 3 to 6 months ahead of time. Like
right.
she's
I
made
think I
that
checked.
decision some time ago.
Right. I think it's been about probably like 2 years beforehand. You know, I checked out.
Oh gee.
Yeah, yeah. But I still love the company. You know, and the other things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I checked out. Not all the way out, because I do go back and dibble and dab, you know what I'm saying? But for the most
Go back,
part,
get your beak wet a little bit every once in a while.
you know, as I just feel comfortable, I go back to where I'm comfortable, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that, you know, if you go out and you meet somebody and maybe that thing may, you know what I mean, get, you know, maybe it, you know, I don't know what I'm looking for. But if you meet somebody new and you have sex with them and you do put the thing on them, they may be crazy. So might make them crazy. So I'd rather go back to home run, the safe place.
That's funny.
So my next question, but I do want to touch on something Rose said. I will say this. Even with knowing who I am, I know that thing got some power. So I'm gonna say that. So I don't have to be sleeping on the couch in my homie's car, at my parents' house or whatever, to know that my thing got some power. Now, the one thing I will say in agreement to what you said though, when I was younger, I was going out there looking just to knock off anything just because I was like, I'm that dude, I'm that guy. You know, I'm just waiting for things to approach me right, or now that I found something or whatever or whatnot, I'm just caught up in that and that's all I'm worried about or whatnot. So, you know, it's just things like that. But that thing got that power, and I'm pretty sure most people, yeah, they gonna say that they confident in what they got, even if they whack. But I feel you, Rose. You know, you the you the politically correct one, you know. So I feel you. So my next question is,
Now, hello, before you go there, yeah, you're right. Everybody got their little confidence when they got something going on. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I have been a homosexual in my life. You know what I'm saying? When nigga that had no job right here knocking down for checks. Well, I need to get that light bill paid.
Right.
Homosexual. Hey babe, I need your couch for about 3 days. Let me get this homosexual on real quick.
Yeah, but I understand that too. But you know, I just don't look at it as a power. You know, I just look at it as somebody that's got caught up in it, caught up in the web. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have anything else to say about that.
so what you're saying is it's not necessarily a power, but it could be the other person's weakness.
Yeah, like they just get caught up. Like, because I know sometimes I ain't gonna even say my experience, but you know, people don't even think they putting it down like that, and the person is like hooked and got them doing things. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I guess that is power. I guess I don't know. I don't know, but this is good conversation though, because it gets my brain thinking. I like that. I like
I
for
can
my brain
kind
to
of
get.
see where you're going with that. It might not be necessarily that it might be that power. You get caught up in somebody delivering something that you might be missing on the inside. They get you caught up.
Right, thinking, right.
Situation like
And that person just putting it down like how they put it down, but you thinking it's something special. I don't know.
because he ain't never rubbed your back like that while he was hitting it or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It might be
Yeah.
little stuff that dudes might pay attention to that this other dude might not have paid attention to that somebody. Or it might be the same for the man. It might be something that a woman do to a man. He like, man, I ain't never had that before. I ain't never had her do that to me before. And he caught up. But then it's like, really, that was kind of whack. But it's
Right.
just
On
my
your
first
end.
time experiencing that
Yeah.
move right there.
Yeah. Yeah. On your end, it's just that you just was trying to get off, but not saying on yours per se, but on your end, you just was just trying to get off, and that person just felt like you just gave it, 110%. And here it is, you're not even thinking about it just being a power thing, but this person got hooked. I don't know. But it's good that y'all got my brain stimulated. I'm trying to figure this thing out. I'm trying to get people.
What was your question, Spirit?
My next question was, what do y'all think this message sends to the younger generation? So I want to say 25 and younger. Like, what does this message send to them? Does this message allow them to be more sexually empowering? Does it make them be more insecure? Does it make them feel more troubled and lost because they don't know if somebody wants them for them or they just want them for their goods? What do y'all think this message sends to the younger generation?
My little sister today Raven just turned 14, and I have like little cousins and things like that. I would really just hope that that the parents and the older people, if they even allow them to listen to this music, or if it's brought up, they see it on the phone, really have a discussion with them to say, honestly, love yourself, because I myself love a natural woman. I know people that have been to Miami, been across seas, and got the work done that the Instagram models have done, and nothing has really changed. They were naturally beautiful anyway. However, now it's a different type of man and a different type of approach, and it's a different type of aggression. So I would really just hope that from both sides, if it's a woman talking to her son about, thinking that his man is some power, or for a woman, thinking that, just really for them to focus on what's inside of you and not the things that you possess, because you're going to have your whole life with that, but you're not going to find a partner, honestly, just running around here dropping it off to everybody or getting it from everybody and thinking that that's really going to make you a valuable piece, because again, nobody wants anybody per se, unless you're into that someone that's everybody's accessible to. And that's what makes everybody so special in that retrospect, but you know, there's careers that you can get into if you just want everybody to have fun whenever you want to have fun. But I really hope that they let them know that they're beautiful with or without the makeup, lashes, the hips, the curves. And, you know, the same for the Kings as well, that you ain't have all the bread. Everybody ain't looking for you to look like X, Y, and Z. Like, get off the whole comparing and contrasting and, you know, focus on who you are and just take on for the people who love you and just keep it pushing and quit worried about everybody's opinion. That's what social media is fucked up a lot of people's perspectives, honestly. It's too caught up on what people like or love or double tap.
Mm-hmm.
Just got weird, really.
Yeah, I always loved me. I always knew I was special, and I always loved me because I was different. You know, I don't go along with what social media does. I mean, you haven't seen me do a challenge. I didn't bring no chucks and no pearls out. You know, I always was in my own lane. So not always, I can't say always, but when I got to like my 20s, maybe, I started trying to search for who I was. After I got out the abusive relationship, I tried to figure out who I am as a person. But up north wasn't helping me define that, you know, because I had to put on a certain act, you know, like I was rough and tough, you know, just so people wouldn't mess with me and things like that. But that wasn't who I was or who I am. And so I moved down here and I slowed it down, and I was able to let my guard down a little bit more. And so, you know, growing up, you know, just being teased, it kind of messed with my confidence a little bit. That's why I say I haven't always been as confident as I am now today. And what I do for myself, you know, I wear the lashes, you know, I do that for more of like a more animated look, you know, I can, you know, play around with it, you know, so I can be natural some days. I mean, I don't know if y'all check my profile out, but I'm just into like changing my look. For some reason, maybe I got a condition where I can't stay the same. So I do understand, you know, I feel like, you know, her message, I don't like the message. I feel like it's going to magnify it. And even if a person, a girl or a young lady is not even thinking that way, now she's thinking that way, you know. Like I said, I basically, like she's saying, use what you got to get what you want. You might not have all the beauty and, you know, and all that on the outside, but, you know, if you want this person per se, maybe you could try to use that to lock them down, which is the wrong message to me. I mean, maybe I might be missing something. But.
Yeah, I think a little bit in this interlude, she kind of hit on both. But the highlight was kind of, you know, it's empowering. It makes me feel good. And like you said, use what I got to get what I want. And then at the end, she kind of tails off and saying, you know, it's moments of sadness that I feel, that I even feel this way, that I got to do this to even keep a man. Far as the youth go, as my oldest is 18, she does wear wigs and makeup and stuff like that, but that's because she does hair and does makeup and people pay her to do that. So she kind of practice on herself to do that. But they know, but she will not get a perm. My middle child would not get a perm. First thing they say is it's gonna damage my hair. They're like, I don't want nothing to do with that. It's gonna damage my hair. I get my styles natural. They love their braids, love their little fro, they love their twist or whatnot, things like that. My youngest one, she got naturally super thick, long hair, whatever, and she liked her hair the way it is. So I kind of, you know, teach them because I say little things. I hadn't set them down and just had a whole big discussion about it, but I say little things like, you know, I tell them, you know, you're pretty, you're gorgeous, you know, your natural skin tone, your natural body, the natural way you look is, you know, is perfect. Don't worry about that. Is, you know, you are you. No use to trying to be somebody else. God made you how He wants you to make, and you got to deal with that. And you work with that. If you don't like it, go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Or if you want to gain weight, gain a little weight. If you want to lose weight, go to the gym, work out, whatever it is, get active, whatever it is. You know, you can handle it that way. But, you know, but my wife, she's a natural woman. My youngest daughter, mom, she's a natural woman. So the people in their life, they see more on the natural end. Now, you know, do wear lashes, do wear weave or wig every once in a while. But outside of that, what they see is their aunts and all the cousins and everybody around them all have that natural look and this, that, and the other. So of course they do see what's going on Instagram and stuff like that. They might say that's cute, this, that, and the other, but they ain't really in it like that. They just in it for more. I think they might look at more like entertainment for whatever reason that is. But
So I just want to say something, be on mine. So I had an alteration back in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't to be like anybody else. Okay, it's just, and and when it comes down to those surgeries and weaves and all that, it's not about other people it's about that person feeling comfortable with themselves or within. Whatever makes them feel happy, and that's what I did. Whatever made me feel happy. It's not about the next person or the next person wanting to be with me. If I do this, if I do that, I did it for myself. That's like I wear weaves and stuff. I do all that for myself. I don't do it for anybody. That's the beauty of it for me. I can't speak for why somebody else want to do it, but I just wanted to just chime in here on a personal note, because I did have some alterations myself, and I can speak on it. Wasn't for anybody.
Yeah, that's good information to know. And if anybody who does that, that's why I hope it be for not being pressured on what they see on the internet or the web or whatnot.
Okay. Do you mind? What was the alteration?
I can't. I choose not to disclose that part.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, I did do that, but like I said, in the 90s. So, and I did some other stuff, but it wasn't for anybody. It was for me. I'm like I said, I'm confident with myself. I don't have any issues where, it's not my way or the highway. A lot of people think that I'm militant now. But it's just, I don't know. Maybe I broke into a certain extent, and I'm not aware of it because I really haven't had anybody like point it out to me, or maybe they did, and I'm just stuck. You know what I'm saying, in my ways or whatever. But like I said, everything that I've done to myself was for me, not for anybody else. I don't have to be with somebody. I don't have to be. But if it happens, that's good.
So
it's a great call out.
Yeah. I appreciate that. And this is what I would tell the youth, just to go back on to what CharRey said. There's a difference between doing something for yourself that you want to do for you, that is not in comparison to somebody else's looks or in comparison to somebody else's likes or the thirst that they're getting or whatnot. So that's totally different. But I will say this, if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, that brokenness is always going to be there, even with the new ass, even with the new titties, even with the new waist, the new smile, or whatever it is that you get. That brokenness is always going to be there until you work on yourself. Then secondly, if you are starting to get the attention that you wasn't getting before, who really wants superficial attention? Who really wants somebody flocking to them and coming to them because you're superficial or because you got a new ass or whatever? I'm not going to call you superficial, so I take that back. But you got a new body part, you got some augmentations done to your body, and now you getting a certain attraction that you wasn't getting before. At the end of the day, is that something that you want to live with, knowing that, oh, I got this man or woman because I got something done? So are they really with me for who I am as a person? For me, are they only with me because of this little new thing that I got? And that's the thing that we got to be careful with, and that we got to be careful of, and that we got to tell these kids, because at the end of the day, you could get a new smile, you could get a new whatchamacallit, but if you don't love yourself, if you don't see the beauty in you, if you don't value who you are as a person and what you bring to the table, at the end of the day, that new ass, them new boobs, that new smile, them fake 6-packs, whatever you get, guys, or that refund check that you get during taxes that's about to blow through or whatever, after you buy you a Gucci belt or whatever y'all knuckleheads with that money, you gonna be back to the same spot you was at before then. And so therefore you got to work on building yourself up. And that's what I would tell the youth, and even grown folks, because grown folks have problems with that as well. Working on you before you try to go get something else thinking that's gonna fix you, because it won't fix you.
Right. Definitely got to work on. And I'm glad that you said males too, because for a minute there, I was thinking that it was female bashing, women bashing. So I'm glad that you mentioned the pecs for the males, and they get weaves and stuff now too nowadays, and calves and all that stuff done too. So
black
I'm glad
spray
that
after the haircut. Run around here.
No.
Give it up, partner. Give it up.
Yeah. Oh no, we mentioned that. I mentioned that a little earlier about the dudes and all they fakeness, a little bit of fakeness. I got a whole little comedy sketch on that, boy. Them dudes be out here getting them dick extenders and some more, man. They be out here wild.
hey, but if they can leave anything in 2020, quit running around here with that spray paint on top of your head, bro. Just go bald, man. Give it up. Please give it up. Can't even sweat in the club.
that spray paint make them feel good. They feel real good about themselves after that spray paint. Yeah.
Ooh, that base paint ain't.
Yeah.
All in the beard be beard be super dog, like an armor all on it. He go to the gym.
Right. In defense, though, I will say this: some barbers just do it automatically, and then it'd be like, because I doze off when I sleep, and I know I went to one barber one time, and I was half asleep, and I felt a in a card on my, and I was like, why? Like, I was like, I got a hairline. Just if you can't edge up a hairline, you don't need to go here. And so, some barbers do it to certain people. Now, of course, I know the people who bald, like a LeBron bald, and then get the stuff. That's totally different. But there are some barbers who just do it automatically. And so some people really don't want to be out here with that bayang like that. But they barbers just give it to them when they ain't expecting it, and it's too late because you want to be mad.
That might be their power, though. That might be their power. They might be getting that might be their power.
Hey, Char, you wake up, maybe a whole lineup on your pillowcase. You're going to be fired up.
Hey, bro, if you don't come get your die off my pillow, buy me a new pillowcase, I know something. You feel me?
My whole lineup on the pillowcase, man.
Right.
Get out of here.
I get up, my eyebrows die.
Exactly.
I just find out dudes out here getting abs like last year. I know dudes out here getting ab surgeons. That serious?
Yeah, they get pecs. They get the chest. They get the chest and everything. Yeah.
I mean, you see your boy though, Funkmaster Flex on the table.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Flex, he wouldn't get that lipo, cuz.
He got everything, yeah. But I bet you he feel good though. That's what I'm saying. So a lot of people do it for themselves. They don't do it for anybody. Like I said, I did it for myself. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care who like it and who don't like it. Like I said, I'm a female that don't mind being alone. I don't mind being by myself. I enjoy myself. I'm never bored, and when it's that time for me to, what I'm saying, I handle that and I come back to my life happy, drama free, stress free, It's whatever works.
Yeah.
Whatever works.
That's because you got a little confident about yourself and your well-being. Because I know some dudes that be like, well, I can't be without a girl. There's a couple dudes I know that as soon as they break up with a woman, next week they got another one. They don't. Some people don't like being alone because they don't like themselves. They alone by themselves too long, and they
depend on somebody else.
Find out.
And that's what I get to find out about them type of people. Like, no judgment, because I mean, if that's how you're raised or however, it's just weird to me because I am so much of a loner. It's like I don't even want to be accompanied by nobody if I'm not feeling myself. I don't.
Right.
Nobody can compliment me and be like, I feel better about myself because I'm with you. Now it can happen.
Right.
I'm happy with myself, but just to be like, she over here and I feel better. Nah, never been my thing.
Or they have that anxiety separation where they separate with separation and anxiety. You can't go nowhere because you're their everything. You're their world because they can't live without you because you're their sunshine. If you're not, I'm not that type of person. I'm good. So the thing I was thinking I had wanted to hit on though is when I was saying that I was thinking that maybe she had some underlying issues as growing up as being molested and stuff because I have been. you know, been molested and stuff like that. So it has affected me in a certain kind of way. So that's why when I heard that, I kind of relate, you know, I was listening to it and I was kind of relating to it, you know. So that's what made me bring that up earlier about why I thought that.
Yeah, that's a deep point, because, you know, just having a lot of women in my family, of course, having friend groups of mine that have spoke about that, and it's a very weird connection of how somebody's sex drive could be connected to that, because that's a way of being appreciated, but it's also a trauma from their past. So
right.
Usually, like when you said it, I wasn't gonna go that deep, so I'm glad we have a female on here. But that's the interesting perspective, because that's the only time that they actually could have been valued from their daddy or uncle, and it's weird to imagine.
Right.
But a woman would understand this, like, wow, because you think it's you, but this may be the only reason why she thinks that you would appreciate her from her.
Because that's all she knows. That's all she knew.
Yep, and that's how she knows. It's crazy, but that's why it's best to, like you were saying, get to know people and love yourself, because thank you for sharing, but that's difficult, because a lot of people thinking you got that. No, she really just think this is the only way you're gonna love her. But she don't.
Right. Because that's all she got to give.
Yep,
that's the attention that she had got, you know.
Yep.
Right. So that's the only reason why I can relate to that, you know, and, you know, besides me I only have an AA in social work, so in behavioral health and human services. So I always dig deep and stuff, you know. Now I don't go by what's on the surface, you know, because we all know that what all that glitters is not gold, and it, you know, a person can drive by in a Mercedes broke, you know, another person can drive by in a Pinto with $4 million in the bank, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I always try to dig deeper than the surface.
Yeah.
So that's why, you know, I came up with that. I'm sorry, I had to go back to that, and I had to share that too.
Nah, but you good, because I think I shared this before, but I might not have. I can't remember. But I was molested too when I was younger or whatnot. So I know that me being molested has a direct effect with my promiscuous ways in my past.
Right.
Ability to be faithful in my past and everything. And so I know that there was times I was trying to prove something to myself because of what happened to me when I was younger. So there is trauma that deals with, you know, with certain things. And so therefore, you know, that could be a way why certain people feel the way that she felt, or even feel other ways about themselves. So that is true and real. So yeah.
Yes. That's, I can't think of no other reason why somebody would think that, and think that they're not good enough, just the way they are, and that, you know.
I mean,
and use that.
Again, though, there's a bunch of different factors, because it could have been everything that they was told from their mama, they
got you.
brother, they daddy, they
we learned
their first boyfriend, their first love, or whatever. They could have been told they was ugly, they weren't good enough, they was fat, you know. They could have picked on their insecurities or whatnot. So, you know, some people, somebody might have a double chin, and then if they person always talk about their double chin, they like, oh, okay, I got to get this double chin removed or whatnot, or whatever the case may be, because that's all they ever heard. And that was something that was major to them and an insecurity to them. But, you know, it might not even been that big of a deal to other people, but to them, they felt like it was a flaw in them. And then other people talked about it or joked about it, or one or two people talked about it, joked about it. And then it became that much more paramount and profound in their personal. And so it's just different things like that that can trigger certain things. And as well, I will say this: us men don't make it easy for y'all women when we are liking all the Instagram models' pictures, following them all, you know, commenting or whatever the case may be, or that's who we chasing and trying to trick after or whatnot, and getting their draws and stuff. And then the natural ones, because I know all three of us, man, prefer natural, but every man on here is not going, every man in the world is not going to feel like us. Then on the flip side of it, even though we prefer natural, we can't never say that we ain't looked at no fake ass before if she walked by or something like that. So again, it's just we make it hard for some of y'all women to be confident in who y'all are because we tend to glorify the Instagram models and the whatchamacallit, the people who are out there being flashy and promoting themselves in that manner. And so therefore we do make it hard for y'all. So then I can see how that also breeds insecurity in some women. Unlike you, you're strong, you know yourself, you're profound, you're deep in everything. So you're in touch with yourself, but every woman isn't as strong as you. So
Right.
and every man isn't as strong as us or whatever the case may be. So therefore they try to find their truth or their love or their happiness in the things that they know will get the attention.
Right.
Now I'm gonna take it even farther back than Instagram and all that. Because I'm gonna say this before we had IG models or whatever. I came up in that little era before all that. On my experience at all with my dear, and that's a great point you brought up, Spears, where you said that men do a lot of messing up where it will mess up a woman's confidence. I would say in my time that I was ripping and running around, I know I messed up a couple of females' confidence. Not saying I'm happy about it at all, but during that time, I was just out there in them streets. I just put like I was out there in them streets. But my taste in women is a little different. My taste in women, I like my dark skinned women a certain way. I like my light skinned women a certain way. So I remember a time that I was messing with this one girl. I ended up cheating on her with a girl that looked opposite of her, and it messed up her confidence. And she thinking, well, that's exactly what he want. So maybe I need to drop a few pounds, and I'm in the gym doing squats because this girl had a bigger booty than I did. Well, nothing fake on her. She was natural too, but it was just in fact of what I've done, and that's what I hurt her, and that's what I went to. So in her confidence, she like, well, I must not be as pretty because Jay didn't like me, and he went and goes to mess with this other girl, you know. Or it'd be the times where men also don't even give an explanation for leaving a woman. You know, they man and woman in love one day, then all of a sudden he like, I'm just gone. And then she's stuck. We're like, well, what's wrong with me? Well, why he leave me? What's wrong with me? And then they can also mess up a woman's confidence. And same for a man as well. Especially like, well, I'm just gonna use an example, not saying it's confidence, but like for Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith had been married to this woman for forever, for a few years, 5, 6, 7 years, whatever. And she just woke up one day and was like, I'm gone. I'm done with you. Like that can really mess with somebody's psyche and confidence right there. Everything, you go to sleep, everything is 100 with y'all. You wake up the next day and they like, I don't want to be here no more. You like, where in the world is it coming from? And they pack their stuff and leave. So, I mean, that can mess up a lot of people's confidence and how they feel. And might get them thinking like what they got between their legs is what's empowering, is what keeps somebody around, because they might not know that it might be the other person that's messed up. But in your mind, you like, well, what's wrong with me?
No. I
mean, and that happens.
I don't know. I was told that never think it's you. I know that's bad, but because it can be. It all depends on how the person perceive it. But with that mindset, it helped me out a whole lot. I just want to put that out there. I'm sorry.
I never think it's you. You can always stay confident. Be like, I don't know what's wrong with that. I don't know what's wrong with that motherfucker, but I'm good.
Help me out. Like, that's their problem. That's their problem. That ain't mine, you know. That's how I look at it. And I keep it moving.
So, CharRey, I do have a question for you because of everything that you have said, and you've been speaking on your confidence and how you feel about yourself. And I don't know if it's always been there, but I do think you said something earlier that you didn't always have it when you was younger or whatever.
Yeah.
What got you to where you are now? Like, what brought you there? Did something transpire or happen, or did you just like go on a retreat or something and then you did you meditate? Like, what happened for you to find this confidence so then therefore you could tell people in our age generation, or even the younger generation, male and female, a way to seek the confidence and find the love in themselves. So then therefore they're not worried or looking for the approval of somebody else.
Right. So, that's basically what it is. You believe in yourself, believe that you have everything, you got what it takes on all levels. The next person is not better than you. Everybody doesn't know everything or have everything. Everyone has flaws. Okay. I always say it depends on the person. Okay, when you're in a relationship, it's all about how much shit you can put up with each other. Because I bring a bag of shit, another person has their bag of shit. If I can deal with it, then that's what makes it work. If the other person can deal with my shit, then that's what makes it work. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's one of a kind. Basically, one of a kind. You are built different, made different. You're not made, you're not here to be like everybody else, you know? So what broke my confidence was, of course, I had it. What broke is they used to tease me about my lips growing up. So they used to always tease me about my lips. They used to sit outside my door, and they made up a song about it. At 10 o'clock at night, all the crackhead kids that's supposed to be in the house sleep, they outside my window singing. And so it broke me down. And I had to build it back up. I built it back up to a certain extent. Then I started working for this doctor, and he just kept on saying, Charmaine, I just want you to be confident. I just want you to be confident. And he just kept on drilling it in me. And it's like now I have to speak with confidence, everything that I do. He died about 2 years ago. But every time I'm confronted with something, I speak with confidence because I got this person that taught me, or just, instilled it in me because he saw that was my weakness, and that's how it all came together, and it all came to this.
That's what's up. That's deep and dope. That's deep and dope.
Yeah, it
Uh,
all came to this.
fellas, do y'all have anything else that y'all want to add on to this topic or to this conversation, or is there any other angle that you would like to approach that I may have missed?
No, I would say for me, just to kind of close it out, I know for our listeners, this is a little bit, when you hear the conversation, it's a little bit unorthodox, but I definitely thank Ms. CharRey for joining because it gives us a different perspective. It's a female perspective, and it's also topics that we love to discuss, but we don't want it to come across as like woman bashing because, of course, we know how men do. But and your confidence, I think, is going to really make this episode super dope when they hear it because it's like a free-flowing conversation. It's not how it typically would be. So my wrap-up would be is I hope that when you listen, outside of just listening to the small interlude, listen to like the conversations of what everybody's story is telling you and take it from that. Really just love yourself and just be the best version of yourself and don't worry about what the next person thinks. No matter how close or how much you may love them, love yourself even more.
Beautiful, beautiful. Right. That's it.
Hey, if you've been to one of my comedy shows, y'all, hey, you hear me say fly, and it's first love yourself for sure. Because if you don't love yourself first, you can't love nobody else. So everybody just find that self-love, which I hashtag in all our posts. Find that self-empowerment within yourself. Find that confidence within yourself so you can be the best that you can be. And that whole lip thing must be a up north thing, Shar, because hey, down south, hey, them boys been knocking at your door. You understand me? It's Shar home.
Yeah, I was Fish Lips. That was my name, Fish Lips.
Oh, I don't know what's wrong with them boys. I don't know what's wrong with them boys in Philly, man. Boy down south with the feet down your door.
Mr. Craig, can she come out and play with us?
Right. But as I got older, I started hearing the opposite, so that helped me out. That brought my confidence back, And just to add on that, growing up in elementary school, they taught us our motto. And shout out to LP Hill School in Philly. It was be the best that you can be. So that was our motto from 1st to 6th grade: be the best that you can be. So I had it, and I always wanted to be the best that I could be at everything that I do. So it was instilled in me, but then I lost it, and I had to get it back. I'm just glad I got it back.
You got it. You definitely got it. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the Black Business Minute, but I do have 2 Black Business Minutes this time, so I'm gonna do mine real quick, and then I'm gonna let CharRey do hers because she did mention to us that she is a business owner and she does some things. So I'm just gonna let you promote yourself and, you know, let the people know and the world know what you do so you can just share what you do with the people, but also hopefully get some attraction or get some people who might want to come out to you and, you know, hook up to do an event or whatnot. So the first Black Business Minute is cloth and cord, and I'm gonna show y'all one of the things that they have. I got this for a Christmas present for my mother. So it's a necklace and it's an African, you know, tribute necklace or whatnot. So the business is Cloth and Cord, and you could Elena Turner is the head designer / owner, and you can find them on Cloth and Cord on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube channel, and I think this is a TikTok symbol. You know, I'm not cool. I'm not hip to, you know, social media like that, but I believe this is a TikTok symbol. And so Cloth and Cord, and you could go on there and find your, everything's handmade, and you could find your African attire because they try to stick to the motherland and, you know, black culture or whatnot. And you can find your stuff on Cloth and Cord. And so that is CLOTHANDCORD. And now it's your turn.
My name is CharRey. I am the business owner of CharRey ENT. You can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/CHARREYENT. You can also find me on Instagram. It's CharRey_ENT. So that's CHARREY_ENT. I'm a promoter. I've been doing shows in Philadelphia, Dothan, and Panama City. I do have a show coming up here on the 14th, a Valentine's Day brunch. I am providing entertainment, and we all just going to sit down and break bread together. And I also have a show in Atlanta on March the 19th is the date. It's going to be Network and Laughs. And I'm thinking about changing that. So March the 19th is the date I got locked in. But I will post it on my Facebook page if I do change it to the 20th, which is a Saturday. So that's basically what I do. I'm a promoter, like I said, event planner, a stylist, everything. Sing, rap, dance, whatever. I do everything. Whatever I could do.
Swiss Army knife.
Say it again.
So you're a Swiss Army knife.
Yep, that's exactly right. You know, because like I said, you know, I never was told I couldn't do anything. So I at least try it to see if I could do it.
Yes, ma'am. All right, Flake, we got you for the Supremely Black Person of the Week.
Our Supremely Black Person of the Week is going to go to the wonderful, most beautiful Issa Rae. She has started a master class coming up soon where she will teach you how to write movies, how to break down characters, how to get your own filmmaking ability up and going. Miss Issa Rae started on YouTube, as you know, it's an Awkward Black Girl series, which she was able to turn that into HBO's very own Insecure show that she has now, which I'm sad to hear. I'm happy and sad to hear it's going to be in their final season coming up. She's going to end it on 5 seasons, but I guess I couldn't think of, I guess I would like for it to end it there before it got whacked. You know what I'm saying? You know, you get some shows that, you get to season 8, you be like, man, this is getting whacked now. So I guess it'll stay a classic end at 5 seasons. But she's also an actor, movie director. She's been in countless movies. She has written, like I said, TV shows and executive produced some films as well. She graduated from Stanford University. So Mr. Issa Rae is our Supremely Black Person of the Week, and she is definitely a Black girl magic.
I would disagree with you though. Insecure on the low is like our modern day Living Single. I'm not gonna say Martin, but I'm gonna say like Fresh Prince, Living Single, something like that. You know, on that level. And I think it needs to be more than 5 episodes. So it's bittersweet. It's definitely bittersweet.
5 seasons. 5 seasons.
Yeah, 5 seasons. I don't know why I said 5 episodes, but 5 seasons. But it is a dope show.
Super dope.
Yeah, it's super dope. It's even with the, yeah, it's just dope. Nah. it's just dope. Period.
Well, she said when she first came up with the idea, it would only be 5 seasons. So it's always been her mind it would only be 5 seasons. So the only way to make me feel good about it is I can just say she ended it before it might start getting whacked. But definitely a classic show. Definitely a classic show. But before we get up out of here, anybody want to leave the people with anything?
I'm just gonna tell you to love yourself. Remember that a little cosmetic, which you might think is something better, a cosmetic upgrade, if that's what you want to call it, doesn't fix the real problem that could be within. So just make sure that you're doing it for the right reason. And then also remember, with cosmetic upgrades, there is a risk to it, and there's an upkeep that you got to keep in order to keep that upgrade, looking good. So be mindful of all the pros and cons of what you're doing, and just make sure you're doing it for the right reason. So love yourself, and remember that you are beautiful, you are loved, you are special, and you are somebody, even just the way that God made you. So that's what I'm gonna leave you with.
Okay. And I told my surgeon that God gave me a body, it was perfect, and I messed it up. So I call myself trying to fix it. Especially now, as I'm older, so I'm way older than these young girls. I disagree with it because they haven't fully developed yet. So I don't know what they're doing at 20 in their 20s. I don't know what they're doing that for. But I believe that you can do anything you put your mind to. All you got to do is, if you think of it, that's the first step of starting. Don't let no one, discourage you. No idea is a bad idea, and just keep it moving. I'm all into motivation and motivating people to want better, do better, act better. Sometimes change is necessary. So don't think that, you got some people walking around, oh, I ain't changing for nobody. Sometimes it's necessary, especially if you're trying to grow, or if you stay in the same spot, you're never going to get anywhere. So I'm just here to encourage people to sky's the limit, or past the sky's the limit. And that's it.
Yes, ma'am.
Love yourself. That's all I got. Short and sweet. That's it.
There you go. And all you fellas quit buying Hermes belts and diamond chains and living in the storage units. Living in the storage unit with a Hermes belt. All right. All right, we're going to end that thing. For all my queens out there, put your crown on, tilt that thing to the side, let them know you are a queen. For all my kings out there, put your crown on, tilt that thing to the side, let them know you are a king. We are supremely black, and we are out. Love y'all.
I love you too. Be safe. Peace.